Good day, I'm Rocky, and this presentation is about putting a new build in my VapeFly Mesh Plus RDTA. I'm going to install a new stainless steel 500 mesh coil, adjust the resistance, and wick it. I have 3 mesh atomizers, a Cthulhu Iris RDA, VapeFly Mesh 24 RTA, and this VapeFly Mesh Plus RDTA. Cthulhu and VapeFly atomizers use a vertical mesh coil. This VapeFly uses a horizontal mesh coil. By far, the VapeFly is my best performer for flavor and vapor production. This segment shows the current build, a Canthal mesh coil at 0.23 ohms that I've been using for about 5 days. However, I want to share how I build, adjust resistance, and wick a horizontal mesh coil, and I also wanted a higher resistance. As you watch the disassembly of this build, you will notice that it is in 3 parts: the mesh coil with a cotton plug and a separate wick for the tank. After cleaning, I'll start with a new section of stainless steel 500 mesh and install it to determine the mesh loop size I want. As you can see, this section is too tall and may short at the top inside of the top cap. To fix this, I'll trim off a bit to get the loop size I prefer. Then I will glow it several times to set and stabilize the resistance. You can see the initial resistance is 0.56 ohms, but it drops considerably after glowing to about 0.18 ohms. 0.18 is too low for my liking, so I will remove the mesh section and trim it lengthwise to raise the resistance. I'm shooting for about 0.3 ohms. I found that when dealing with mesh, if you trim the length, you will lower the resistance. If you trim it the width to narrow it, you will raise the resistance. As you can see, after trimming and reglowing, the resistance almost doubles. With the resistance set, now I'm ready to start wicking the new build. I start with a pad of Japanese cotton and trim it with the grain to get a section the width of the pad between the build deck posts. I have found no need to thin or fluff the pad. I install it so that it lays across the pad and extends to the bottom of the tank. This atomizer has a wide wicking holes, so there's plenty of room for the wick to expand without choking off the juice. With the tank wick in place, I use another pad and cut it across the grain with the width of the build deck and then roll it up into a tight plug. The plug needs to be large enough and tight enough to require firm pressure when laying the mesh across it and securing it into place. Cutting across the grain aligns the fibers with the wicking for the tank, and a tight roll is less likely to collapse and create hot spots or dry hits. It also conserves wicking, as I can re-wick several times if necessary with just those two pads. The leftover mesh trimmings are inserted alongside the tank wicks to support the flow of juice up to the build deck. Juicing up the cotton plug from the ends helps ensure complete saturation before filling the tank and completing the build. As you can see, this build produces a thick, rich vapor, and the flavor is as good or better than any of my single or dual coil atomizers. It's also very efficient, giving me the satisfying vape at lower wattages, lower current draws, and increases my battery life. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. I will be doing additional videos on mesh builds for the Cthulhu Iris RDA and the VapeFly Mesh 24 RDTA in the near future. Please feel free to comment and provide constructive criticism. I'm always looking for new ideas and ways to improve. And, as always, be safe and have a vape day.